When I was an airline pilot, I wanted passive income and I wanted exposure to real estate. And so I kind of fell in love with real estate and the idea that you could have this hard asset that produced income. And I thought this is great, right? So as an airline pilot, I thought I'm going to go do what everybody does, which is I'm going to go out and buy a bunch of single family homes, right? And rent them out. And nothing wrong with that, but I was terrible at that. I was really bad. I didn't have the patience for all the little micro nuances that go into running a single family home, like the repairs, the management of the property manager. There's a lot of little things, right? And I just didn't like it. I wanted to have a rental property basically in all my layovers so I could do it while I was in my layover, so I didn't have to have it detract from any time away from my family when I was actually home from work. So I started building a rental portfolio and I realized the ROI of my life was very low. Even though the returns were great, my ROI of my life was low because I was just spending a lot of time in it. At the same time, I was renovating my house and I had to move my stuff and put it into a self-storage unit. And I didn't know anything about self-storage. I thought that the whole thing was kind of silly, to be honest. So I moved my stuff into the self-storage unit and it's in there for a couple of months. I thought my renovation of my home was going to take, 3 to 5 months. Surprise, surprise. It took like a year and a half. And my stuff stayed in the storage unit. And about 6 months into it, the landlord raised my rent 20%. So it went from $100 to $120. And I kind of got a little irritated about that. So I looked around and everybody else was full. And I, got to talk to the owner and he's like, yeah, I have 500 units and we pop the rents after 6 months, 20%. No one moves out. The market's great. It's full. And and then I'm doing the math. I'm like, okay, 20% rent bump on 500 units is a lot of money. I mean, that's $10,000 a month.